welcome to another episode of Posh Girl Talk. I'm your host, Janet Bryn.
And I'm April Baines.
We're so excited to be back.
Very excited.
You are as excited as I am?
I don't know. The ambience is really getting me a little zenned out. So
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if I'm excited, but I'm very much so, very cool.
One thing I can't get over is the fact that the British Virgin Islands has so many beautiful secrets.
I don't understand it.
Should they still be secrets? I find it very hard to keep this beautiful villa, Papaya Villa, overlooking Long Bay on the western end of Tortola. It is just, I'm ready to live here.
Exactly. As I walked through the front, I said, I'll take it. Thank you very much. I'll take it. I'm at home. Bye-bye now.
Yes. We'll be here forever. But anyway, so Posh Girl Talk. We have cocktails coming up. We're going to sip on some lovely La Marca. Mm-hmm. Did you taste your La Marca?
I did. I'm
really nice.
hoping it's going to last for the entire show. I don't know if it's going to last.
See, our cocktail segment can't go on without some nice cocktails, although this is not really a cocktail. It's just La Marca straight. La Marca Prosecco, sorry.
Right. I think we had a little oops
wine
today, though.
It's nice.
It's sparkling, but our wine isn't sparkling because we have the wrong glasses.
We have the wrong glasses.
We're not winologists. Is that what you call them, winologists?
I am not a winologist, but I love this nice. I love this nice.
It's a nice wine right
here.
now.
It's really nice. It's really nice.
Indeed.
So before we go any further, we have to usually do toast. Cheers to Posh Girl Talk.
Marca Prosecco. Make any occasion sparkle.
Created entirely by nature, it's the best water known to man, because he had nothing to do with it. Bottled at the source, untouched by man, it's Earth's finest water.
Okay.
Time to get serious now. We needed that because we're about to have a serious conversation, April.
Yeah.
Today's topic, we are mothers.
We are.
And as mothers, we're faced with this perhaps throughout our whole motherhoodly lives. And that is the issue of, or not the issue really, but the topic of beating children. So I came across this article in a Jamaican Gleaner where it said beating children causes more harm than good.
Yeah.
This idea is something we perhaps have all struggled with at some point. We've debated this many a times, beating your children. Beating versus spanking, is there a difference?
I think so.
How do we break it down?
I think that's just a matter of opinion. If you call it beating or spanking or punishing or what else? What's another word
Corporal
you would use?
punishment.
Corporal punishment. Abusing, getting physical. Implementing physical punishments with your children when they do something that's not so right. Mm-hmm. Is it right to beat them or spank them or get physical with them? I think that's the issue, getting physical with them.
Let me tell you a bit about what the article said. Mm-hmm. So, frustration is the main reason that drives caregivers or us as parents to beat their children. An ongoing study by the National Parenting Support Commission has found. Additionally, an updated policy that was released yesterday by the American Academy of Pediatrics showed that beating children can lead to aggression, brain changes, substance abuse, and suicidal behavior in adulthood. This is why, I guess, we need to pay attention to this type of issue. And I can see that because the reality is, especially in the world that we live in today, we do have some of us who are suffering with different issues, different some more psychiatric like than others.
Yeah.
And our sign is falling down.
Yeah, it's so breezy up there.
So I could see that. And I do notice sometimes some children perhaps are a little bit more aggressive than others. So what do you think about that?
Honestly, well, I can't speak for other people in other households.
True.
But I mean, I was spanked.
I was spanked too.
I don't think I have any, aggression issues, perhaps. But as a mother, I could definitely understand being frustrated with your child that's misbehaving and probably reacting to their misbehavior in a way where I can be physical with my child and physically spank her or spank him. I have more than one. Spank them because they're misbehaving. After I've said clearly more than one time, you don't do this, you don't do that, or stop, and they just keep going. So I can understand it being frustrating for parents and reacting physically because you're frustrated. And I think the more stressed I am from my day, at the end of the day, if I have children that misbehave, I may be more likely to spank and punish physically. So perhaps there must be some truth to that article.
I think there's some. But I would also say I could see why as parents, some of us, if not all of us, perhaps struggle with the issue of how you're going to discipline your children.
To spank or not to spank?
Spank or not to spank. And the key too, I think, is really getting a handle on how you manage discipline from a certain age. Because you've often heard, and tell us if you agree, you've often heard the older the child gets, the more difficult it is for you to really get a handle of that behavior, where if you just have to say, I said, and they listen, versus you got to tell them a million times, or it drives you to the point where you have to get physical, you have to get that belt. I know for me, I have one son, and I remember when he was younger, I wasn't really, I wanted to be one of those that went the no spanking route. Yeah. But I caved in. I caved in and he got some spanking. And I say that to say, I could, looking back or reflecting back, I recall those moments of just feeling just so frustrated that I didn't know what to do. So I could appreciate even before we started taping the show, I mentioned to you, when my grandfather used to put some spanking on me, looking back on that, I loved that he would come back and have a conversation with me to explain why I got spanked. And, and he just took that time out to show love for me. Right. Because you don't want to get into spanking a child, and it seems like all you're doing is spanking, but you're not really helping them to understand the real difference between right and wrong. Right. And why you felt the way you feel or felt. Right. And perhaps even giving the child an opportunity to express his or her feelings. Because your children have feelings too. They're going through emotions. They're learning from us. Right. So we have to give them some opportunity to kind of express. I mean, it's only fair since they're practically a reflection of who we are. And maybe that's the thing that frustrates us even more.
They're portraying to us is really,
Oh, no.
No.
I got to buy them back some glasses.
Marca Prosecco. Make any occasion sparkle.
Created entirely by nature, It's the best water known to man because he had nothing to do with it. Bottled at the source, untouched by man. It's Earth's finest water.
Okay, so as I was saying,
Right?
obviously we have to learn from this.
Yeah.
And the lesson right now is drink responsibly.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. No pun intended. It's amazing. We have the most fun here doing Posh Girl
We
Talk.
really do.
You know, imagine. Can't have any more fun than this. Just
No.
drink responsibly. That's all I'm
Exactly.
saying. Just learn to drink responsibly.
Exactly.
Well, anyway, so I was expressing the importance of having our children have the opportunity to express themselves because they are really a reflection of us.
Yeah.
So even a 2-3-year-old, they're starting to communicate, give them an opportunity to say how they feel.
Yeah.
And I think it's those type of, or we could reflect back on last episode, relationships.
Yes.
Once we develop that relationship with our children and help them to understand that we understand them. We're in this together. So
Both of us, well, I have little children, and Jan's children, son, he's a big grown man now, but he's a product of Montessori education, and my little children are in Montessori school, and what we focus on as Montessorians, we actually focus on the child being their own being as well, and we have to respect them as people as well. So they're little people, so they have opinions, and they actually deserve to have a voice in their existence. So right, we do have to respect the fact that they are people, and we do have to teach them.
we do have to teach them.
So after we punish you for doing something wrong, we have to explain to you why we punished you,
Yes.
and I guess we have to hear why you did something wrong. I guess
Showing them the way, helping
Showing
them to
them the way.
understand.
right,
Yeah.
and allowing them to be independent and saying, "Well, mommy, this is what I was thinking," and then you say, "Well, no, we don't want you to think like that again."
Yeah.
How about that?
See, and the
Does
thing
that work?
too, I think that does work.
Okay.
But I'll just add to that, they're also learning from the outside world.
Yes.
Some of which we don't have control of.
Right.
So that's even more reason why we have to parent even better in
Right.
today's world.
Right.
And make sure that we have those conversations. And if we get to the point where you got to get a spanking, they understand why.
Right.
And we give them an opportunity again to let us know
Right.
how they're feeling.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So a very interesting topic, something we go through all the time as parents. So definitely make sure you share your views. Spank, not to spank. How do you manage
Right.
your children at home? So we have to wrap up there. That's Posh Girl Talk. No more cocktails for us right now.
Wah,
We're
wah, wah,
cocktailed
wah.
out. We have an awesome guest coming up in our next segment. Miss Alexandra Durante is the face of and the creative force behind EC Soap Company right here in the British Virgin Islands.
So excited.
And we can't wait to talk to her about her awesome products, EC Soap. So stay tuned. She'll be right up next. Posh Girl Talk.
La Marca Prosecco. Make any occasion sparkle.
Created entirely by nature, it's the best water known to man because he had nothing to do with it. Bottled at the source, untouched by man. It's Earth's finest water.
All right, and we're back. Posh Girl Talk, and it's all about beauty right now. And we have the awesome, very talented, one of BVI's most respected entrepreneurs. Yes. Yes. Miss Alexandra Durante.
Thank you. What a beautiful welcome today. Thank you, ladies, for having me.
Thank you for coming. Oh, we're so excited. So excited. I have to tell you. Okay, should we get right into it? EC soap. How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing soap for about 3 years, but EC soap has been going for about 2 years. I started off making pearl jewelry, and I introduced soap, and it started paying the rent.
Wow.
And basically, I made my own market for myself. So now we're doing, hotels and charter boats and villas, and
Yes.
yeah, it's really good.
I've been seeing you everywhere.
Yeah, that's a good sign. Guerrilla marketing at its best.
And one of my favorite things, which I already told you, I'm going to start with this one. Butt naked.
Everybody loves a little butt naked.
Tell us all
How
about
did you
it,
come up with
please.
we
this?
are a company that prides itself on all natural products, but we don't like to be boring about it. We want people to actually laugh. So the idea of butt naked, I thought of actually going to Salt Island. It's made from Salt Island salt,
Okay.
and actually stripping down and using the black mud as a body mask. And everybody and anybody can do it. It's the most amazing thing. So, that was my first scrub that I made. And, my ancestors are from Salt Island. And it's made with Salt Island salt. So, what's better than it smells good and it's funny, too, butt naked. It's a great little gimmick.
Yeah,
I
I
like
think
it.
this makes, all your products, we're going to get into it, but a great gift for Christmas. Christmas is coming up, y'all. And if you're like me, Posh girls, we loved an evening of pure pampering, and this comes in so handy. You literally get butt naked and just
Scrub.
scrub, and you
I'm
just
on
feel
board.
heavenly. I love it, and the fact that it's made with real.
Coconut oil and Salt Island salts and, papaya and...
It doesn't get more BVI than that.
we want to be a BVI brand, so
Yeah.
obviously everything that we do is BVI. Yeah.
Beautiful.
All right.
Beautiful.
So what would you have here? Oh, your mosquito repellent.
It's made with lemon eucalyptus, which is the highest thing organically that you can get to DEET. So it's actually above citronella. It's actually like above in the chain of citronella and repelling mosquitoes. So we use a blend of it with sunflower oil, which is very hydrating. People actually use it as a moisturizer more than a bug repellent as well. Yeah, it doubles up as both.
Oh, okay, cool. That's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
I need some right now because I have some big mosquitoes. I live in McNamara. They're killing me right now. So I need some of this. I gotta get some.
That's a bestseller.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So April, you want to hold this one? We have.
See now, but wait.
But wait.
When I saw it first, I just instantly wanted to know what was
What
all
is
about.
it?
So believe it or not, that's actually named after my dad. He's always like, but wait. And I'm like, but wait. But yeah. So we've created a booty mask exactly for your tush. And you put it on 10 minutes before the shower and rinse it off twice a week, and you have a firmer, more moisturized bottom. And we all live in a bikini, right? We live in the Caribbean. You want to look good inside and out. So we've created a butt weight flawless tush mask.
What made you come up with that?
I've been looking into a company called Anise. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. But they've actually made booty masking a thing. And I've been following them for a while, and it took a while for them to take off, but now they are. And you can't really, we live on an island, so we really can't get that much products down here. So, we make it. Why not make a butt mask with the face mask that you have in your hand, which is a mermaid mask. And that's actually made with Salt Island salt, activated charcoal, sea clay, and that's also good for acne and oily prone skin. So we have a few more in the shop as well, but we're selling them as a set so that you can have your little bowl and you mix it yourself. So if you want to mix it with lemongrass, or if you want to mix it with lemon or vinegar, whatever you want to do, we basically put as a base of what you do, but you can add whatever you want. So it's your customizable mask.
So people living off island, how can they get some of these products?
They can order online.
You can order
Yeah,
online.
you can order online, www.ecsoapco.com.
See?
It comes with a little song and dance. Go to ECSoapco.
Yeah, you can have fun while you're ordering too.
Exactly.
All right, so this is a nice little number. I love the color of it.
Yeah.
Tell us about this.
I mean, my dad's artistic.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, making art into soap, I mean, I guess I'm making him proud because he was really upset that I didn't go the artist route and I make bath and body products. So I'm like, look, Dad, I can make some art and some soap. Are you proud of me now? He's like, yeah, let's do this. So we have artful soap, what we like to call it, and it's also moisturizing. And a lot of it is, like this one here, for example, is Tortola Sunrise. Okay. It has frangipani extract, which is really good for the elasticity of your skin. So we pair ourselves with a lot of local farmers, but we also make products that can be grown here so that we can teach people how to grow our raw materials. So eventually we can have our own frangipani farm, or lemongrass farm. So we're working towards that. We're actually building some greenhouses in East
That
London.
is very good. Awesome. That's very important.
Yeah, it's important to me more not to be successful in a business, but more to support local economy.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
I'm hearing all the
I just have to clap to that.
I know,
I'm so glad that
exactly.
you said that.
I mean, I'm not just saying the right things. We do have 4 belongers on board, and then 2 work permits. And you know, we want to continue to bring people in to train locals, and they're all kids from HLCC. All of them are getting their experience through me. So I'm happy about that.
That's awesome.
I'm very happy for you.
Awesome.
That is awesome.
Thank you.
April?
And then we have our grapefruit lemongrass shampoo and conditioner.
Sounds delicious.
So we do a whole line for charter boats and villas and hotels. So this is like an example of when you check into your room, you'll see our products in the room. We also do 8-ounce bottles and gallon refills for the charter boats. So we've actually jumped on board to many charter boats in the BVI as well as the USVI. And it's all locally made and it's all organic. There's no funky additives or chemicals. Even the colorants that we use are mica powder, which is made out of stone.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm impressed because it's all natural, made in the BVI. I'm hearing all these natural products. I'm hearing all the it just makes me feel very earthy and organic and just natural. I'm really impressed. I'm looking at you like I'm so impressed with these products. I love it. I'm sorry. What do you have here?
That's actually in there.
Right.
We're going to follow along the bandwagon for our Reef Safe Mineral Sunscreen because Hawaii has banned sunscreen and now it's looking like the Philippines is too, and we should be jumping on that bandwagon because it's killing our coral reefs, normal sunscreen. What it's doing is it's actually laying on top of the water above the reef, and it's actually absorbing all of the UV rays, causing coral bleaching. So by using zinc oxide and Reef Safe Mineral Sunscreen, the zinc oxide doesn't absorb into skin, so it's better for you. It actually bounces the UV rather than absorbs it, and also fully dissolves. I just shut down for a second there. It also fully dissolves in water, so it's not harmful. I think we've added this onto our line because one of the main things that really stuck out to me is reading an article online that said that tourists were asking the chefs, and I believe in the Bahamas, what makes that coconut flavor. It tastes so good in the fish, and they're actually saying it's the sunscreen for the tourists, and that was kind of disgusting. So I was like, you know, we pride ourselves on our reefs. Anegada is the 3rd biggest barrier reef in the world. Why can't we protect that?
That's fantastic. That is fantastic.
This is truly a whole eco-friendly everything.
Right. I wasn't expecting to get all of that out of
a lot of
products today.
A lot of EC, because if you consider the economy as well, you know, that's very good. I'm very proud of you, fellow Virgin Islander.
I'll give you a high tide. Let's go.
Sorry, belonger. I mean, I wasn't born, but you know, I do belong.
Yeah, you do belong.
No, but this is awesome, and I think you serve as an inspiration to other female entrepreneurs out there.
It is
trying
hard.
to do things. It is hard.
Yeah.
It is hard, and you've obviously been doing it.
Yeah,
so
you can't
even the
stop.
hard or what might seem impossible is actually possible.
Yeah. What
Just
were
gotta
some of your
believe.
challenges, though, along the way?
Nobody took me seriously because I am a woman. I'm also black, white, and ginger.
Okay.
So it's like I'm getting all minorities
nothing
here.
wrong
Like
with
it's
ginger.
like, oh Lord. But basically, some of my challenges were obviously everybody has financing issues.
Yeah.
Financing will come when you really need it the most.
Yes.
That's what I've learned, and I know nobody wants to hear that, but essentially I had 4 or 5 different business ideas before this one, and I couldn't get the financing for them. And I'm actually thanking God now that I didn't open those businesses, because it's just like, what was I thinking? You know, and I finally got financing for Easy Soap Co. So financing is a big thing. That's a challenge. But, you know, you work hard. It doesn't come in a year. I mean, I've been doing business for 10 years. I haven't worked for anybody. And, you know, on my 10th year, I finally got investment.
That's awesome.
You know, that's a big issue. I mean, we're in the BVI, importing everything that you need.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, I think plain issues for everybody, really. But I always encourage people to talk about it, and because there's always someone in the BVI that knows or has done it. We're not doing this to benefit only ourselves. We're doing it to benefit everybody else, you know? So I'm on the export train right now. So once I crack that code, it will be released in my new book. No, I'm kidding.
All right, so that's all we have time for right now. But before we leave, Alex, can you tell our viewers one more time how they can find EC Soap?
Okay, so you can find us in Wickhamski too, but we're also wholesale. So we wholesale to retailers. So on every island, you can check us out, like Cooper Island Boutique, Taino on the cruise ship here, Dive BVI, Scrub Island, in St. Thomas as well. We're going to get into there. But you can basically do that, and then online, www.ecsoapco.com.
Fantastic.
Right.
ECSoapco.com.
Yes.
All right.
Awesome.
I'm
Thank you so much, Alex.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm saying.
I love it.
La Marca Prosecco. Make any occasion sparkle.
Created entirely by nature, it's the best water known to man, because he had nothing to do with it. Bottled at the source, untouched by man, it's Earth's finest water.
All right, so we're back, and we're on for our What's Trending in the Caribbean. We have the lovely Alex joining us for this segment. Listen, girl, we have to talk about some interesting things happening around the Caribbean.
Lots of things happening in the Caribbean.
You know, and we're not talking just events. There are a number of events. We know we have Food Fest going on in BVI and all this stuff, all this lovely food. But did you hear about St. Vincent and the Grenadines? Saying that they are now poised to become the leading producer of medical marijuana.
Wow.
Yes, they are taking this very seriously.
That's a bold statement.
Yeah.
I think that's a really bold statement. Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
How do we feel about that?
How do we feel
In
about
BVI,
that?
how do we feel about that? Really?
I mean, it creates jobs, though, and it boosts economy for them. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of things I think that you'd have to implement in the BVI, like law-wise, so there's no loopholes for that kind of stuff.
To be able to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
But they're actually saying they're on the brink of becoming a globally leading producer of it. Organically certified medical cannabis, rivaling, I can't even talk, any other producer in the entire Western Hemisphere. They're like big on this.
But not everybody is legal, so how are they going to ship it through USPS, FedEx? Like, you're going to get stopped in Puerto Rico.
Oh, good point. I don't
They
know.
must have these things already worked out. I mean,
But it's
well,
obvious.
okay, well, let's think about it. We're already very limited in the Caribbean as it is. So I think medicinally speaking, marijuana may be a very good thing, especially for those that have like ailments, mental ailments, mental diseases, physical ailments that do need that assistance and do need the alternative medical healing. options or opportunities. So it could actually be very good for the Caribbean, I think. I mean, logistically speaking.
Oh wait, check this
We'll
out.
get there.
No, I was trying to find out if they said anything about that. But anyway, they say they boast that they have the tropical climate, obviously, ideal for extra low-cost outdoor cannabis production and over 50 years of experience in cannabis cultivation.
Experience in cannabis cultivation.
Yes, they have more than 2,000 traditional cannabis farmers. They are taking this very serious. This is going to be big. I think this is going to be big business in the very near future. It's a conversation that has been coming up more and more. I think I've even heard a couple of our politicians, at least hinted to it.
Yeah.
But I guess it takes a lot of boldness to really aggressively go after it. So what are we going to do?
Right. Yeah. Well, I think it's good that they, would collectively say that they're going to actually do this. That's actually great because some islands are fighting amongst themselves to really see if they'll be able to all get on board with it. So I think that's a really big move.
They're owning it.
Yeah, they're owning it, and I think they're going to pave the way for a lot more islands to follow suit.
Yes, or at least follow suit in some other bold move.
Yeah.
It might not necessarily be marijuana. All right, so stay tuned for that and let us know your thoughts and views
on that. What do you think about that?
Yeah, what do you think about that? Yes. So, did you guys hear, or you ladies, my posh girls, sorry, Rihanna, apparently a documentary is coming out soon to a screen near you about the wonderful life of our homegirl Rihanna. Have you heard that?
I think this is really great for her because I think she's tending to fade out a little bit. So she needs to grab on to her ability to be relevant. I hope I'm not coming off rough when I say that.
Yes, she's fading a bit.
She's fading a bit, and that will naturally happen when you have new artists coming in and new products, new styles of music. The kids are not listening to the same old music before. So you have to stay on top of your game and saying, this is my story. I have more to share. My question would be, what more do you have to share?
But is she really fading that much? Because aside from the music, she hasn't really put out new music as of recently. But she has her clothing line. She has her makeup line, Fenty Beauty. She has the sports. Well, obviously I wear none of it. But she has a lot of things going on. She's very entrepreneurial in that right. So you got to give her that. So I don't think she's completely fading.
Well, she's not completely fading, but musically, she's just kind of fading up. So we want to know the behind the scenes of the Rihanna, not necessarily the artist, but Rihanna the brand.
I think a documentary on her, especially being a Caribbean woman, would be very interesting to see how a Caribbean woman found the level of success that she had. That would be interesting to see and learn from.
Yeah. That's actually key for us as female entrepreneurs in the Caribbean, just to be able to relate. And that's actually great, actually. It also provides an opportunity for her to be more of a role model for little ones coming up and looking at her, the younger generation. So that could be really awesome.
Yeah, I think that would be interesting. I always say, and it's part of the reason why I've always ventured into the stuff I'm doing, especially particularly with the brunch, really sharing that idea that you could have the biggest dream and it is possible.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, especially when you come from a Caribbean island, you're thinking, you watch these things on TV and it seems so far-fetched.
Yes.
And if you have grandparents around you saying, you're following every pen that knocking, you're this and you're that, But you can. I bet you Rihanna never thought she would end up, as big as she has made it. So, very interesting. I would like to see that documentary.
I would.
Very curious about it. And, ladies, other news trending. Jamaican dancehall artist sues pop star Miley Cyrus. The Jamaican artist, his name is Michael Florgon May. Have you heard of him? I've never heard of him either.
Florgon.
Am I saying it right?
Florgon.
Florgon. So Miley Cyrus, who we all know, I think we all know, she had a big, what's the song? She had a really big
Can't
song,
Stop.
We Can't Stop. We Can't Stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had this really big hit song, and he apparently is saying that, well, she got it from him.
From a 1988 hit. It was a hit, I guess, in 1988, though. But I mean, good Lord, we're in 2018 now. What's that?
It took him long enough.
It took him long enough. But apparently this is a $300 million lawsuit against the pop star. So I'm curious to see how that is going to pan out.
Well, let's talk about it a little bit, shall we?
Sure.
Okay, so let's break it down. So he's saying the case is saying that it has some kind of Caribbean influences in terms of the makeup of the song.
Yes.
We can't stop, we don't stop. There's a portion of it that says something we can't stop, we can't. Well, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Anyhow, let's just be real about it.
We run things don't run we.
We run things don't run me. But we say this so often
Yes.
as Caribbean people. You know, do we get it from you? Where did you get it
Where
from?
did you get it? There are a lot of Caribbean songs that say that in some form or fashion. And I think in everyday life almost, when you're, you know, just in everyday Caribbean life, we run things.
Yeah, things don't run me.
I mean, Rock City writes a lot of songs behind the scenes, and I think he's wrote for Miley Cyrus before.
He wrote this song.
And
They're not named in this suit according to the article.
No.
They say the producers were sorry, that's so catchy to me. Another producer, her, of course, there's like a crew of them. And Rock City isn't really named in it, but I know that Rock City was in there, and when you look up the song, like they were in there as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, of course, when you have Caribbean
influence
production and Caribbean writers and contributors to this piece of art, of course you're going to have that Caribbean influence in the song. Her song was in 2013, and the Florigan song was right. And it came 5 years later for your 1988. You just trying to be relevant, or do you actually have a case here?
So we saw an example of staying relevant and getting relevant.
Where is Mr. Florigan now? I want to know.
I want to know.
What is he doing?
Have you heard of him?
Yeah, tell
I
us,
don't know.
please. Tell us something.
So we'll keep it locked and find out what's happening with that case.
Yeah, maybe we could talk a little bit
I'm
more
curious.
about that. I want to know.
So next time on Posh Girl Talk, that's all we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you share your comments in the notes. Let us know what you're thinking about all the great, crazy things that we talked about today. And once again, we have to thank the lovely Alexandra Durante. Make sure you check out EC Soap Company, Back Naked, one of my favorite ones. Make sure you check that out and have fun. It's Posh Girl Talk. See you next time.